How's it going, guys? Wandering Beast, and it is getting into the late evening. Sun is setting. I have the lights in the bus. Hopefully you can see me all right. And I kind of want to give you guys an update, a bus life update. The last one we did of these was right before our big Eastern Oregon honeymoon trip, which I've had multiple requests to actually edit that trip. So I think I'm going to get that together and maybe just do it as one big video. But everything you see as it is now is pretty much, for the most part, been that way since that trip, with the exception of the lithium batteries. And we'll talk about that in a second. So, we built the benches that are now part of the bed system, but we need to get the side pieces built in. I need to get the L track on there so we can secure the seat belts. So this can sit 6 adults back here with lap belts anyway. And that'll give us room down the road if we want to ultimately take the Sprinter seats out and create more storage and or a place for the possible the wood stove. I have a tiny homes wood stove that my brother-in-law uses in his shop, and I originally bought it for the bus. So we may be putting that in. There is the secondary diesel heater, the hydronic Chinese diesel heater that is here, and we're going to be installing that. Currently it's just going to be servicing just the engine to preheat the engine, but then eventually we will pipe it into the cab. We'll get a secondary heater as a backup heater, as well as being plumbed into a hot water tank that will service hot water for the bus, and then ultimately if we need diesel to make hot water or just run the truck to make hot water, that will be the solution. Speaking of water, there is an entire water tank going on underneath this here. The plywood or particle board tops here were only temporary last year, so those are coming out. I need to fabricate actual lifting doors for the storage and access in there. Like I said, we're going to panel up the front, but we're going to have to be taking all of this out. In fact, all the way once the water is in, this where you're currently sitting on top of is the ice cool fridge, and that is going to be the kitchen. And so we're going to continue once we work forward. That'll be the kitchen over there, but we have to work all the way to the back and take it all out and work our way all the way forward. So when I originally designed the aluminum shelves in the back here, that 13 inches that creates that garage door space in the back for all my tools, as well as a pass-through for very large items. I put 16-foot pieces of lumber in here. I've got 13 feet in living quarters, and I can shove some up near the driver's door, and I can get some big lumber in here, which is nice. What I'm going to be doing is, I don't know if you can see this, I'll put in a close-up. We have a Laguna table set up, and I've decided to go with Laguna so I don't have to mount any pedestals on here. But part of that means I need to bulk up that aluminum structure back there. We never did put doors on there, so the doors that we're going to go with sliding track doors, and that is primarily for our bedding, pillows and bedding. When the bed mode is in bench mode, all that needs a home, and that's what that was designed for. I also have plans to maybe put some towers on the back for some storage, some plugins, maybe books, maybe rear speakers. Haven't decided yet. But this ultimate space back here has got to get finished, and then we're going to work ourselves out. So once the back is done, we can get the water tanks and all the paneling done, the L-track in, the seat belts, working our way forward. That'll bring us into the kitchen. And then once the seat belts are in and I'm happy and comfortable with them, I think then the Sprinter seat will go, and we'll continue the cabinets on there. We're also going to be touching base with Dirt Road Garage. Not only to start looking at 4-wheel drive, as I've already got a front axle Dana 60 ready to go in that will need modification. It's not just a direct bolt up. But as well as I really need to get the front nose cone piece fabricated. I want to have a piece that can help protect the fiberglass with tree branches. We'll basically make an attachment point for some limb risers, as well as hold probably about 4 9-inch LED off-road lights. And that will kind of roll into that nose cone. And then we can start buttoning up this nose, because it still doesn't have a ceiling panel or finished insulation or any finished work from the very front. All of the work last year was done primarily on the back. That's kind of where we're at. I mentioned lithium batteries. Now, when I started doing that work last year and creating my own lithium ion battery banks, It's been a full year of testing, and in fact, I have quite a few one-year update videos that I have planned coming up. So let me know if there's anything specific you guys want to see. You guys know and love the fact that I test things for a long term, but it also means you have to sometimes wait a year to get my answer whether or not I like something or whether it worked or not. And with the lithium batteries, that was all new to me. I didn't know if what I did worked, and it has been an absolute game changer. Now, some of you reached out to me last year and wanted to buy possibly one of the secondary batteries that I made if I decided I didn't need both of them. Having both of them was absolutely amazing. But saying that, it took a year. I've ordered more cells from overseas, so they're going to take a while to get here. But I have a couple of folks that I'm going to build some cells for their adventure. One's a truck, one's a van. So let me know if you guys are interested. I still have some orders pending. So if you are interested in getting a lithium ion and you're somewhat local, I'm not sure how to ship those yet. But if you want me to build those for you, let me know. We are using high-end components. I have a Heltec active balancer. If you guys don't know what that is, it keeps all the cells balanced no matter if there's power coming in or out. The BMS I chose was an Overkill, which is just a well-vetted version of kind of an overseas BMS, but it has an actual cold temperature cutoff built in, tested multiple times, and it also has active balancing, but only when you're charging or discharging does it help balance those cells. Hence why I put the active balancer on there. None of those are cheap, but I think it's the best way to go. Now, when you wait and you're able to get the cells overseas, your price point is crazy low. Right now, I'm selling one of my 270 amp hour cells, which if you round it up, I realize that's cheating a little bit, but if you round it up to 300 amp hours, that's 3 Battleborn batteries, which is almost $3,000 if you're not getting them on sale. And I'm charging $1,600 for those right now locally. So we've got orders in. We're going to be making some batteries. Let me know if you guys are interested. Hit me up. Otherwise, I'm just going to sell them locally, which is working out just fine so far. But that is kind of our current plan for the bus. I really need to get some stuff going so we can have more adventures and have more systems in place. I want to have a watering system in here just besides the jerry cans, even though that's adequate for the trips that we do. For a family of 5 going, say, down to Baja, I want to have enough water for 10 days, right? 1 gallon per person, that's 5 gallons. 50 plus gallon water tank is going to get you 10 days with a family of 5. And that's kind of my goal, and that's what's going in here. So if you guys have any questions or you want to know anything specific, we're going to be filming as we do this. But if you guys tell me down below you want something very specific, I will make sure to include that. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. We'll see you down the road. Wish me luck.
Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.